channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to set up for any online interview. Okay, so before we begin the video, I do have to tell you guys why I have been away. My phone got stolen and I had pre-filmed around 3 videos regarding SJTs, MSRA prep and all of the jazz regarding this exam. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to upload anything because I didn't have my phone. Google kindly locked me out of everything, so I couldn't access YouTube. Basically, I couldn't access anything which is Google based, and that was quite frustrating for a long time. And now I'm back, so hopefully we're gonna get on with the rest of the things that are required in trainings. I know it's been a while, and most of you must have taken your SJT, MSRA exams by now, and some of you must be appearing in interviews. So I thought we'll skip the SJTs and I'll probably make more videos for the second round. But obviously for now, the series is going to continue with the next steps of your training, which includes interview prep, how to prepare for it, dressing for an interview, all of that stuff. And then we'll also talk about ranking and bits in the coming videos, which I also filmed, but I have lost all of them as well because I didn't back them up on iCloud. But that ends the rant and we'll begin the video. So there are a few prerequisites with any online anything. Basically, this includes exams as well if you're taking them at home, that your internet connection should be the best. It shouldn't break, it shouldn't have a lapsing, waning, whatever. That is the biggest thing that's important. So if you are somebody who feels like that at their house they do not have good internet, then you need to either book with your hospitals, people in the trust. In the trusts, there are usually quiet rooms where they could provide you with internet access. Libraries do that as well, public libraries and student libraries. Some cafes have pods where you could do business meetings and things like that. And again, they also provide good internet. So make sure that if you do not have good internet, you book a place with regards to whenever your interview is, whenever your time slot is, and you have good internet access, which is I think the biggest thing, which is very, very worrying, especially if you're not taking your interview in the UK. Mostly here in the UK, internet connections are okay-ish. But I remember my own interview, the day before my interview, the internet went down. That was the first time the internet went down, and I was just like, this has never happened. This is a very weird kind of stress, which I did not require a day before my interview. But regardless, this is what I'm saying. Try to make sure that that is sorted. And let's talk about hardware. So again, a lot of people ask questions regarding, can you do your online interview or laptop or iPad or a phone? In general, I would suggest to use something which is fixed and does not move. This could be a laptop, this could be an iPad which has its own case and its own sort of balancing thing. This could even be on a phone, like, you know, I'm filming this video on. So it's on a stand, and I wish I could show you, but I can't because I'm filming on it. But essentially, yeah, so if you have a stand, if you're handheld camera, whatever, if it's fixed and based, and yes, you can use your phone for your online interview as well. You don't really need something high and fancy. A simple camera with your face is fine with a good internet connection. The next thing is to have adequate lighting. So if you're taking the interview during these days, make sure that you have enough lighting. You don't need to have, you know, Hollywood lighting, but it should be that you are clear and they could make it out that it is in fact you who is taking the interview. Try to avoid many shadows. If there are several shadows or several, you know, lighting issues, then it could distract your interviewer. So if you see this clip which you're watching, this video that you're watching right now, this is the ultimate setup for any online prep, because there is no light behind me. So whoever's watching me right now, like you, aren't distracted by some weird lighting in the background. And with distractions, I also mean that you shouldn't be having loud paintings in the back. Some people do it in front of bookcases, bookshelves and things like that, which seems fine. A plant like that is okay as well. But at the end of the day, try to make it as blank of a canvas as possible so that you're the only person that is visible in that interview. And I know that sounds really weird because it shouldn't matter, but at the end of the day, it does. This is why I'll be making a separate video on how you should dress for your online interviews. Because at the end of the day, you know what, it matters. You may say, no, it doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter, but at the end of the day, you should think about it. This is your one chance, this is your one shot. Would you like to risk it, or would you like to make the best possible impression you can make on the panel? So this is what I would suggest. Whatever your clip is, make sure that it's free from any distractions. Another good tip is to kind of set it up and ask one of your friends to kind of do a Teams meeting or something with you to see exactly how you are, and how you're sitting, how you're looking, and are you somebody who looks up, are you somebody who looks down, are you somebody who moves around a lot, because there are people who do this a lot with their hands, and you don't want that. So imagine if this video and I'm continuously like moving my hands around. Obviously it's a self-focusing camera, so it gets confused with me doing this, that, you know, it gets very confusing. So imagine all of this is happening or nothing is happening and you're just talking. So make sure that you are not distracting your interviewers with lights, shadows, weird paintings in the background, people coming in the background. Again, things like hands, don't touch your hair. People do that. And I do these national courses where I train people to take interviews, and someone ate their hair. And I realized that people do that, and maybe I do too, I don't know. So I just try to make sure that you're not doing any of those things while you're doing the interview preparation, because at the end of the day, if you prep well, you're going to do well. The next thing is to have your camera or your laptop or your iPad, whatever you're using, at your face level. So I mean, this is a YouTube video, so I generally do not focus it all the way to my face. I'm okay with it being here, but if you are somebody who's really nervous and you feel like I really don't want to show half of my body for my interview, you could actually make it all the way up to here and no one's going to say anything. As long as you're completely visible, then that's fine. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be looking down on you, it shouldn't be looking up on you. So you should have the camera, the actual camera lens, very much on your eye level. So if it's not on your eye level, you will then distract yourself, not the interviewers, by looking up or looking down, and all of this distraction will basically confuse you within the answers, because it's a very dynamic process. If you haven't watched the previous interview guidelines, I'll put them in the link below or cards above, but it's a very dynamic process, so you don't want to be, you know, looking up or looking down or being in an uncomfortable situation while you're taking your interview. So make sure that your camera is at your eye level. You don't need to do anything specific or special, I would say, for your voice. In general, no microphone is required. All laptops and iPads and phones have enough of a quality of a microphone for you to be in an interview. You don't need any special equipment for that. That was a question that was asked, so I'm just saying that as long as your internet connection is good, then you wouldn't be requiring anything else. You can have a pen and a paper in front of you if you are having one of those interviews where there is a scenario and then there is a portfolio based section. Then yes, you can have a pen and paper, which is fine, which is what you can keep. And yes, you can look down while you're doing it, and you can look up while you're answering them. This is all for the clinical scenario based interview. But if it's portfolio based, you should not be looking down at all, because all of this should be in your mind. And I will be making another separate video and talking about how to prepare your answers and what you should be thinking about when you are going to sell yourself based on your portfolios. Last but not least, make sure that any hardware that you're using is fully charged. If it is not fully charged, or you feel like the interview is going to be obviously half an hour long, and before that there's a 10-minute check as well, so it's going to be 40 minutes. And if you feel like your laptop or phone or any hardware that you're using for the interview might not last that long, then you are free to connect it to a power device so that it doesn't run out while you're doing your interview. And this ends up the video for the interview preparation of hardware and setup for any online interview. Please comment down below if you feel like that there's any question. I would love to answer them, and best of luck for everybody who has got an interview and is in the process of preparing for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you've liked the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.